4 decades at the same factory, and I thought I was building something meaningful. First one through the gates every morning, last to switch off the lights. Never called in sick, not even when fever kept me dizzy for days. Retirement day came, and my boss shook my hand like we'd just met. "Thanks for your service," he said, already turning toward his next appointment. That handshake lasted 3 seconds. Those 40 years suddenly felt like nothing. Standing in that parking lot, I realized something that changed everything. We tell ourselves work loves us back, but it's the cruelest lie. Companies need us like machines need oil. Useful until they find better. I gave that place my best years, thinking loyalty meant something special. The factory hummed before I arrived. Keeps humming now that I'm gone. My replacement learned my job in 5 days, not the 40 years I imagined. But here's what really breaks my heart: where my energy actually went. Every evening I chose spreadsheets over bedtime stories, deadlines over conversations. My mind lived at work even when my body came home. Weekend mornings meant catching up on projects instead of catching baseball games. I convinced myself this sacrifice would pay off somehow, someday. My children grew up around me, not with me. There's a difference. They became good people, despite my absence, not because of my presence. Now they're strangers who happen to share my DNA and childhood address. Let me tell you about 3 moments that haunt my sleep. Tommy's school play. He was 7, playing a tree in some story. "Dad, will you come watch me be the magic tree?" Quarterly reports were due. I promised I'd catch the next performance. There was no next performance. 7-year-olds don't get understudies or second chances. 33 years later, we finally talked about that night over coffee. "Dad, you know what I wanted more than applause? Just you. There." His voice cracked saying it, and something cracked inside me, too. Second regret weighs heavier because I can't blame anyone else. My body sent warnings for years. Headaches, chest pains, breathlessness. Too busy became my response to every signal, every red flag. Heart attack at 58, right there between the copy machine and water cooler. Lying in that hospital bed, I finally had time to think. 4 years later, my heart tried quitting again, more serious this time. Doctor said walking 30 minutes daily might have prevented both episodes. 30 minutes I spent every night watching television instead of breathing fresh air. But the third regret cuts deepest, because it involves someone else's ending. My father lived alone in our old family house, 40 minutes away. He'd call Sundays, asking when I might visit, voice getting lonelier. "Soon, Dad. Work's crazy right now, but soon," became my weekly script. Neighbors found him Tuesday morning, peaceful in his favorite chair. He'd been gone since Saturday, waiting for visits that never came. 20 years later, I still hear his voice asking, "When might you visit?" That guilt doesn't fade with time. It sharpens, cuts deeper each year. 3 lessons learned too late. But maybe not too late for you. Work is a tool, not a relationship. Tools don't love you back. You can't negotiate with time or trade money for missed moments. Childhood happens once per child. Aging parents don't wait for convenient schedules. A boss's thank you evaporates instantly, but your child's memory lasts forever. I discovered this truth at 75, angry at my own stupidity. But even at 81, I'm trying to repair what I broke. Every Tuesday, I call each of my children, not waiting for their calls. I listen to their problems, without checking my watch or offering quick solutions. When grandchildren visit, I become their full-time entertainer and story bank. I failed as the father you needed, but I'm determined to succeed as the grandfather you deserve. My calendar now prioritizes people over projects, Relationships over deadlines. If someone needs me, and I have breath in my lungs, everything else waits. I'm not preaching unemployment or abandoning ambition completely here. I'm begging you not to miss what disappears while you're chasing what multiplies. Tonight, shut your laptop 1 hour earlier than planned. Find whoever shares your space and ask about their actual day. Listen like their answer matters more than tomorrow's meetings. Put your phone in another room and remember what conversations used to feel like. I'm 81 years old, carrying regrets heavier than my pension, but I've never once regretted time spent connecting with another human soul.